Hi guys, welcome back to episode DB Cars, and today's episode I'll be showing you guys TribeCar Honda Freed. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Honda Freed from TribeCar itself. So before I show you guys the damages for this vehicle, as well as the trunk space, as well as the interior, let me just run through guys the damages for this vehicle, there's any. So starting out with the driver's side itself, so far inspecting the driver's side, there isn't any obvious damage other than some scratches, like some, not really scratches, but some, just some scratches on the side right here. It's just nothing that biggie or big deal. But moving along to the front of the car, there isn't any obvious damage other than the headlight being very blemished to the edge. No, so far as I inspected, there isn't any front windscreen chip either itself, which is a good thing itself. So yeah, but moving on to the passenger side, same thing, no obvious damage to the paintwork, neither to the car itself, which as you guys can see itself. And last but not least, the back of the vehicle itself, which is also not a big deal because there's any obvious damage to this vehicle itself. So yeah, before I show you guys the trunk space of the vehicle itself, let me just run through you guys the history of the Honda Freed itself. So basically, this is the second generation Honda Freed itself from Honda itself. So basically, at the time when it came out, I think if I'm not wrong, it is competing against the first generation Toyota Sineta, which I think I already put in my Sineta video itself, which you know how that look itself. And in my opinion, if I were to compare between that Sineta and this, let's say, I'm not too sure whether Toyota, there was not Toyota, sorry, what's the other, can't remember what's the other Japanese maker, but I'm just going to take Toyota for example. So basically, this is at the time when the Sineta came out and this was out at the same time. In my opinion, if I would go with looks, I would say the Honda Freed look so much nicer than the Sineta. So the Sineta is just ugly itself in some ways itself. But one thing I really like about the Honda Freed itself is for this generation is you got this very nice sloping front windscreen where you're able to see, right, it's basically the angle from the top, it just shoot down, make it look very aerodynamic-ish. So yeah, plus also later in the interior, there's also some new like instrument gauges that were not seen in 90s car. I think, I'm not too sure whether 90s car have this, but I think at that time it was quite new itself, so it was something else. I think this is one thing that maybe if I was getting an MPP back then in the early 2000s, this might be the reason I would get Honda Freed over the Sineta itself. So yeah, but let me see if I'm able to open the trunk space without hitting this pole itself. So basically, to access the cargo area, just locate the button right down below the Honda emblem, which is towards the left side of the Honda emblem. So basically, just pull on that and able to access the trunk space. She's gonna hit. Yeah, just leave it for the time being as that. Probably should have moved the car slightly forward for it, but oh well. But this is how much. So basically, this is, as you guys can see, this is the space you get for the Honda Freed itself. As you guys know, this is technically it's a mini 7-seater itself, so hence you're able to carry up to 7 people in this vehicle by basically by just folding this seat down from the side, and you're able to carry 7 people perfectly itself. If not, technically you're able to fold the seat up and carry just 4 person just nicely, like a hatchback or a sedan itself, or an SUV car itself. So let me just demonstrate to you guys the procedure for doing this itself. So we got seat belt right here. So basically, to do so is first out, you got to pull the seat down, which if I could find the lever for it somewhere. Okay, I think this lever right here itself. So basically, just pull on this lever, seat will drop down. Pull on this second lever right here, and okay, that should technically unlatch it. So yeah, it should be hard. Oh shit! Oh, and it's quite heavy itself, so that's definitely one thing. So then next up, okay, I think I just got to do it off camera. Alright, okay, back to where I was talking about. So basically, you got to let's unlatch this thing down. Once the seat is up, you gotta fold this thing which I showed you guys just now, which is basically to hold the seat to these two mounting points when the seat is down itself. If it's not down, then you could definitely fold this, make it flush, and latch it right on top here itself. So basically this is how it looks like. To do it the other way is very simple. Just basically just got to do it with two hands. Unlatch this part right here itself, then do this second part, and once down, ensure that it is fully locked in, and just put the seat upright, and you got yourself a 7-seater itself. So let me just do the second seat off camera wise, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Alright then, so yeah, basically with both the seat up, this is how it looks like itself with the seat on either side itself. So basically this is how much cargo space you get for the Honda Freed itself with both the seat up itself on either side. So, but if you were to put down, technically there isn't really any storage space that you could put your stuff if you want to itself. So technically that's the downside itself lah. So yeah, but I think for the next generation, which I'm definitely gonna review in the near distant future, I think it has some improvement to it which they learned from this generation itself. But for time being, I will probably just leave it up in this configuration itself lah. So yeah, to close the trunk is very simple. Just need to I don't think there's a lever or button anywhere. No, yeah, there's nothing at all. So basically just close it down and it'll just shut itself. So yeah. Alright then, so let me just show you guys the third row seating option, how I feel like to sit in the third row seat itself before I show you guys the middle row seating. So basically to access it, you just need to pull on this lever right down here itself. So once this lever is down, you basically just tilt the seat slightly forward. You just start to slide the seat forward right here itself, and technically you got this space right here to access. But if you do not want to access it via this space, technically you can always go to the center itself. But if not, you can just basically just grab hold to the headrest up and just jump into the vehicle itself. So once in the third row itself, basically this is how it feels like. The thing is, you at least got AC in the rear, which I think it should be able to blow you at least through the the middle and third row passenger perfectly itself. Yeah, but other than that, sorry. Another thing I got to take note is this sitting I would say this sitting position right here itself is almost, I want to say is if I have to turn the camera around. So yeah, you guys can see this is how it feels like to sit in the third row seat itself. Basically, I'm not too sure the camera has captured this itself, but I'm almost sitting at a 90-degree angle, which I think long distance wise definitely won't be comfortable itself. But short journey wise to like the mall or somewhere, to a sports center, I think it will be alright itself. So yeah, but legroom wise, you can obviously see that I do not have any legroom space. Headroom wise, I got about, I would say about 1.5 of headroom space, like 1 and 3 fingers to about 1 to 3 fingers of headroom space in this vehicle itself. So yeah, and sorry, I'd like to reiterate my point which I mentioned just now a few seconds ago, which talking about there's no cup holders. There's one right here in this space right here, but as you guys can see, once the seat is folded up, technically you don't really get a cup holder itself. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, you don't really get anything else in the rear itself other than then you get a rear light which you can see right here, which turn on when the doors are open itself. But if not, you can technically turn off or turn on it manually itself. So yeah, and that's probably for the third row seating itself. Now let me just show you guys the middle row seating. So to get out of the car is very simple itself, which technically you could do the same procedure which I showed you guys just now, or you can just scooch your way through the middle of the car itself, which probably I would do that itself. So let me just scooch my way to the center of the seat. Oh my god. Alright, so basically right now I'm in the center. So let me just adjust. Okay. Yeah, probably need to adjust this seat because it's been reclined to the previous person position wise. But let me see, I could readjust this back to original position. Okay, I think for the time being I'll just show you guys as if okay, sorry, let me just jump to this side choice slightly better and adjust it to my drawing position wise. So okay, So yeah, basically this has been adjusted as according to my driving position wise. So okay, let me just talk about. So basically this is for legroom space and headroom space. You get, I think for this, so this base according to my driving position wise, I got about a face and about, I would say about one face 3 fingers of legroom space. Headroom wise, don't really have to say because MPV wise are usually the king of headroom space itself, so don't really have to say about it. But if you want, probably I got 2 feet of headroom space in this vehicle, which is quite good for MPV itself. So yeah, but on that you just get some seat pocket in the rear of the seat. For the middle row seat, you also get your cup holder if you want to put your drinks. You got your window switches right there, as well as the lever to get out the car itself. So yeah, and you also got this grab handle to grab hold onto if let's say you got elderly people coming into the sitting in the middle row seat itself. So yeah, but lastly, just got some cool ass armrest to rest your arm on. Let's say if you can rest the arm on this side, but if not, you always can just rest on the left side, and the other side passenger you can do on the right. So yeah, but for the AC controls, basically you're able to just adjust it accordingly to that, and turn on just this function itself. So yeah, speaking of the AC itself, if you guys see my Toyota Sineta video itself, you know that this component right here is very similar. It's the same thing they place in the Sienta, and if I'm not wrong, the BYD M3E or the T3E itself. So basically, I understand that for this generation, if they want to put it like that, is I think part of the design where I can really understand it, because it's the early 2000s and the design not that sophisticated yet and modernized, if you can call it, which I get it. But for the Sienta, which I reviewed a couple of months back or last year itself, I cannot accept. Same for the T3E or the M3E itself from BYD itself. So yeah, but controls for the AC is very simple itself, which you got that switch right here to turn on and turn off the AC itself. But other than that, that's probably it for this vehicle itself. Now let me just jump out of the car and show you guys the front of the car itself. So basically, to close the door itself, very simple. Just need to pull on this handle and close it. Unfortunately, it's not electronic operated, so you just got to grab hold of the handle and just slide it to close it itself and slide it to open up itself. So yeah, but on that, let me just show you guys the key right now for the vehicle itself. So basically, just got this standard Honda key right here itself to start the car itself. So yeah, really nothing special or unique about the vehicle itself. The lock itself just basically to lock it and unlock it just by sliding in and twisting to the right to lock it, twisting to the left to unlock it itself. So yeah, and that let's move on to the interior of the car right now. So basically, stepping into the interior of the car itself, this is how it looks like. So it's like, I would say, you got this big ass table right here to, let's say, if you could technically, if I'm not wrong, you can do you place your laptop right here itself and do your work if you want to itself by just sliding the seat forward, and you're able to technically use your laptop if that was a thing back in the early 2000s itself or late 2000s itself. So yeah, but let me just speak of storage space right now for the vehicle itself. So storage space, you got one, I would say it's small but decent size. I think probably if I could, I'll put my bag inside here itself. So yeah, moving on, you got another storage space right here to put your stuff if you want to. Same for right down below here as well. So yeah, you do get one cup holder right there. There's another one in the center if you want to put your drinks, which is hidden quite nicely and flush with the dashboard of the vehicle itself. So yeah, and right down below you just got 12-volt socket outlet right there if you want to charge your phone itself. So yeah, lastly, just right now, cup holder right here itself. So yeah, but and I think that's basically it for the storage space. If you want to, technically I think this car is more suitable if let's say you got big items, probably place it right at the back at the trunk itself. So yeah, but if not, technically you can put some ornaments like this right here at the top of the dashboard itself. So yeah, alright, let's move on to some of the controls you do get for this vehicle itself. So basically, some of the controls is very simple itself. Is you guys got a rear defroster right here itself, got your AC button right here itself, which probably is being shut like push forward, so it's jam, can't really turn off the AC at all itself. So yeah, you got a slider right here to adjust the AC controls, and not this knob to adjust the airflow for how you want it to be blowing at you. You got a recirculation and directing airflow directly into the car. Your temperature control gauge right here itself, which you could adjust accordingly, and just right beside is your gear knob itself, which has this very lovely cover itself. So yeah, and you got all the red gear itself if you want to be in, and you got low gear if let's say the vehicle is a high incline, and you could just change gear and the vehicle will just be able to move off itself. So yeah, lastly in center you got your infotainment itself, which if I'm not wrong, this is definitely aftermarket, it's not stock. So probably same thing as my Kia Picanto video, which I already mentioned last month, or yeah, previously when I already mentioned this was definitely installed by TribeCar aftermarket. So basically I don't think this Honda Freak even came with reversing camera itself. So yeah, and right down below is your hazard light switch itself. Lastly, to add on this, is basically this almost the same thing as the Kia Picanto, where basically the side are touchscreen, so as the screen itself, which you're able to touch on it to adjust whatever thing you want to adjust itself. So yeah, moving on, you just got let me just talk about the stocks on the wheel itself. So basically there isn't any button on the wheel itself which you could adjust, mainly on the stocks right here itself. So let me just show you guys this side first. So basically you just got the big main stock to adjust the wipers, which to use it just go all the way down, all the way up to stop it. Got your rear wipers right here itself, and right here is to adjust the frequency of the wipers itself. And to wash, you just need to pull back and it wash the windscreen itself. Very simple. On the other side, you just got your indicators as well as the light switch itself. So to flash high beam, just need to pull back and you flash at high beams. To indicate high beams, just need to push forward itself. So yeah, and you got your light switch via this nozzle right here itself. So yeah. Alright then, lastly, let me just show you some of these buttons right here itself. So basically these buttons right here itself, on the left is to adjust the gauge brightness, and on the left is the gauge brightness, on the right is the small button which you could adjust the screen right there itself, which I'll show you later on when the vehicle is on itself. So yeah. Alright, moving on lastly to the last few buttons itself, you just got your mirror adjusting right at the bottom, and your angle of your front headlight itself. So yeah, so basically to adjust the to adjust the mirrors itself, just need to trigger the knob to the either side, and you're able to adjust it itself. Hold the mirror, just press on this and you fold the mirrors itself. So yeah, and to adjust the mirrors itself, once to left, you can just use this button to shiver either side itself. So yeah, lastly just got your your hood release right down at the bottom itself. So just need to pull on that and you're able to access it itself. For the fuel door itself, is basically just press on that and you're able to access it itself. So yeah, lastly, now let me just talk about the wheel itself. So basically you're able to adjust the wheel itself, or the height, is just by pulling on this lever right down below here. For the seat, to adjust how far or how back, is just this lever right here itself, and the angle of the seat is right here itself. It's right here itself. Unfortunately, you're not able to adjust the height of the seat itself because it's been fixed to one position only, which you guys can see via this wheel right here itself. So unfortunately, you can't really adjust the height of the seat at all itself. So yeah. Lastly, you just got your window control switches right here itself, with these 4 window switches right here itself, as well as this right here to prevent people from rolling down the windows itself. So yeah, and you got your door release handle to get out of the car, and more storage option right here to put your stuff if you want to itself. Same for the other side itself. So yeah, lastly you just got your sun visor right here itself. Fortunately there's no mirror itself so, but if you want to put your card, you can technically put your card right here itself. Same for the other side. For the passenger itself, unfortunately just a regular sun visor with no functionality at all. So yeah, but one thing you get is same for both driver and passengers, you're able to swivel the sun visor to the left or to the right to block the sun itself. So yeah, and that let me just start the car right now to show you guys some of the function on the screen itself. So let me just insert the key into the ignition. try start, this is how it looks like. So basically this is how it looks like when the car is turned on itself. So basically what I mentioned just now is basically this, where you can just adjust it by pressing this button itself, and it'll just cycle through the range, the mileage, the trip function, average fuel consumption, and that itself. So yeah, and that's probably it for that. For the infotainment itself, is the same thing itself, which I already showed you guys for my Kia Picanto video, where technically this car has Bluetooth audio, so you're able to use the Bluetooth, or if you want to, you can just connect using this cable itself, which can be found in the glove box or in the center itself for some cars itself. So yeah, but and that's all I say for this video itself. If you guys enjoyed the video itself, do click the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click subscribe and please see my 2 other videos. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.